Every person who walks into a place leaves something behind. A thought, a feeling, a memory. What if those impressions don't fade, but instead build, layer by layer, until the place itself comes alive? I'm Larry Flaxman, best-selling author, paranormal theorist, and lifelong investigator of the unexplained, and this is The Curiosity Files. Tonight, we're exploring a fascinating idea, the Morphic Field Theory. The Morphic Field Theory is the belief that living beings leave behind energetic blueprints, and when enough of these patterns accumulate, they form a psychic field that shapes behavior, memory, and potentially even paranormal activity. And there may be no better place to explore that theory than right here in the Crescent Hotel. The concept of morphic fields was proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake. He suggested that memory and behavior aren't only stored in brains or DNA, but also in fields that extend beyond individuals. Think of it sort of like Wi-Fi. You can't see it, but it carries information. Every thought, every action, every emotion broadcast outward, recorded, and then echoed back. If that's true, then spaces charged with intense emotion, fear, grief, desperation, become amplifiers of that energy. They don't just hold memories, they replay them. Since its opening in 1886, the Crescent Hotel has been many things: a luxury resort for the wealthy, a hospital under Norman Baker's infamous cancer cure, and a hotel layered with decades of human stories. The morgue became the final chapter for many of Baker's patients. This wasn't a sterile medical facility, it was a place where desperation met deception, where people came seeking life but often found death. If morphic fields exist, the morgue could potentially be thick with them. Every ounce of fear, sorrow, and loss pressed into its walls, essentially waiting for others to feel. Here's where science meets the mystery. Morphic fields suggest that memory isn't just individual, it's collective. When enough people experience something powerful in the same place, those experiences accumulate. That could explain why people report sensations that don't match their own lives, such as the sudden feeling of dread, a chill that isn't caused by temperature, or the sense of being watched even when you're absolutely alone. These reactions may not be random, they may be the mind tuning into the field that is resonating with the memories left behind. If this theory holds weight, hauntings may not be exactly what we've always assumed. The voices, the shadows, the impressions people encounter might not always belong to individual spirits. They could be echoes that are patterns replayed by the field itself. That could explain why the Crescent Hotel never seems to grow quiet, because every visitor adds another layer to that. The field expands, the memory deepens, and in a place like this, where emotion was really at its peak, the replay never stops. If places really do hold and amplify memory, then the morgue and this hotel is really more than a relic. It's a living archive of human experience. Every fear, every loss, every unanswered prayer still lingers, not as ghosts in the traditional sense, but as energy fields that we are only now beginning to understand. And if that's true, it changes how we think about haunted places altogether. Maybe they aren't simply occupied by lingering souls. Maybe they are consciousness fields built by everyone who has ever walked the halls. So what do you think? Are hauntings the work of individual spirits, or the resonance of memory itself woven into the fabric of a place like this hotel or the morgue? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I definitely want to hear your take. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and remember, every step you take, every memory you create might just leave its mark behind.